we are joined by White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley. Hogan, great to see you.
Good morning.
Hogan, I got to ask you, look, big day for Republicans, newsflash. Also the White House, clearly, with tax reform. One word to describe the feeling over there at the White House today.
Optimistic. We are very excited about what's been going on here at the White House. I mean, the president has made tax reform one of his top agenda items. He was very specific in outlining just what he wanted in tax reform, and there were basically four main pillars. One was making the code simpler and fairer. He's done that. Second is making sure that the middle class got tax cuts. That's in the bill. Also bringing the corporate tax rate down. We obviously have the highest one in the industrialized world. Now we're competitive with other countries, which is great. And of those three, you add on four, and that is tax cuts for businesses, large and small. It's a tax cut across the board. It's a very exciting time, and once again, it's a promise made and a promise kept by this president. The American people are going to have tax cuts for Christmas.
Hogan, we have one question from one of our viewers. This is Emily from Colorado. Take a listen.
So I've heard this tax measure referred to as a Christmas present for the American people. But when am I actually going to see it impact my bank account?
What's the timeline? When will the American people actually see this affect them?
The president has been a voice for the American people, for the common man, and he said he'd talk to the folks at the IRS, and it looks like February will be the first time you will start actually getting more of your own money. And we are so excited that in the new year, the American people will be able to keep more of their own hard-earned money.
Hogan, you've heard the critics. As a matter of fact, the critics have been around for decades about Republican tax policy. They say this is a bill for big businesses and the wealthy, all of that. What's the response to what Democrats are going to try to hang over Republicans next and this White House come 2018?
Well, it's the same old talking point. You just alluded to it. The beauty of this piece of legislation, actually, guys, is that we don't have to pass it to know what's in it. We already know what's in it. It's been litigated in the public. The lies are out there. The left and the media refuse to tell you exactly what's going on here. It's a tax cut across the board. The average American working family will make $2,000 in tax cuts. It's an incredible move. Lowering the corporate tax rate, as I just mentioned. This is something at $5.5 trillion worth of tax cuts, 3.8 to the American families, about 3.2 to American families, about 1.8 to businesses. This is a massive move by this president. He showed leadership. He laid forth the plan. He negotiated with Congress. He worked with them. We worked together really well, and we're delivering on a promise, but it's for the American people. The comments and the lies that are out there saying that the American people aren't getting tax cuts, that's just not true. Even the Brookings Institute, far from being a right-leaning institution, saying that most Americans would see across-the-board tax cuts in this particular piece of legislation. It's just an incredible day here, and think about how quickly this has happened. After the Obamacare conversation, they said no one would be able to get anything done in this White House. The president came to the table, set forth the agenda, and got it done. It's absolutely impressive. And I remember when he came on, a lot of the detractors were saying things like, you know, this town is shaping the president. He used to think he could do things. Now he realizes he can't. I say the opposite. I say this president is actually shaping this town. People are moving on Trump time now. They're understanding how a businessman actually works.
Deputy White House Press Secretary from the North Lawn, and passing tax reform impressive, but doing a live shot without a jacket in December, equally impressive, Hogan. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Hogan.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, guys.
All right, thanks.